Hi friends, it's Art with Andrea Burley. Today we're going to do some math and art. I know, we can put the two together. So this is called a parabola curve. So it looks like it's curved. I'm going to try to show you a better picture, but it's just straight lines. So I'm going to show you the basics. So these are 1/4 inch marks. You will need a ruler for this unless you're just really good at eyeballing. Some people are great at eyeballing. So I'm going to show you how to do it with 1/2 inch marks, and then if you want to go back and make a whole new one, I think they're super fun. So these were one of my favorite things to do when I was younger. Okay, so this is parabola curve, and these are 1/4 inches. So ours are going to be a little thicker, but we're going to go all the way around. Okay, so grab a piece of paper and a ruler. For this, I would do pencil. Your first one, I would do pencil. Then after you get the hang of it, then you can do pen. And what's fun about this one is you can do like gel pens, which are super cool, you know, to make it different colors. Or you can do colored pencils. So this is where math and art come together. So let me turn the camera and we'll get started. Okay, so I have my paper, I have my ruler, and I'm just going to use a black pen for mine just to show you. If you want yours right in the middle, you can fold your paper. Maybe we'll just do that. Let's fold our paper so we can use the middle. So I'm just folding it both ways just so I can get my middle spot, and we'll go from there. Okay, so we're gonna do 1/2 inch first, okay? So when we measure, we want to make sure that we're using our inches, okay? So when I say 1/2 inch, I do mean inches. I'm gonna make sure that I have a whole number right in the middle. So let's draw out our 2 lines first. So you can see. So we're gonna draw our 2 axis. That's a math term. So I'm just drawing it right on my line, our crease that we just made. So I'm going to put a whole number. So I'm going to put my 7 in the middle of my paper, so I know I'm getting an exact 1/2 inch. So then I'm going to just go through and I'm going to mark a line at the 1/2 inch point. Okay, so it's the big line right in the middle of the 2 whole numbers. So 1/2 inch, and then a whole number, 1/2 inch, whole number. So some people start with the 7, some people start with the 1, which is totally fine. But you just want to make your lines at every 1/2 inch, okay? So then I'm going to go to the other side. So I'm going to do my 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch, whole number, 1/2 inch, whole number. Turn my paper. I'm going to make sure I put my whole number in the middle. And parents, you can actually find these pre-printed papers online, but we're going to make our own. Okay, so make sure whole number's in the middle. 1/2 inch, whole number, 1/2 inch, whole number. Oh, and my line went not as far as I wanted. Okay. At the end, we're going to count to make sure we have enough lines going both ways. So we want to have an even number of lines. points. So 1/2 inch whole number all the way down. This is the tedious part. Well, the first tedious part. Okay. So now from here, this is where it's going to be a little tricky. You're going to count your lines. So obviously your paper's shorter going from side to side instead of long ways. So we just want to count. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I only have 8 lines. So I'm only going to use 8 lines each way. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to go ahead and mark my 8th line. I'm just going to darken it a little bit so I remember. So I'm only going to use 8. Make sure I have 8 on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I do. Down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so those are the only spots. So I know I have a couple lines past it. Not going to use them. Okay. Now, we are going to connect. This is our 1. We're going to connect this one, our close one, to our top one. So we're going to grab our ruler. If you used a straight edge, just grab your straight edge. I think rulers for this one are a little easier. And we're going to draw a straight line from the top point to the close point. You see that? Just like that. Top to there. Then we're going to go to the next top line. And we're going to move our ruler so we get our second line on this side. And we're going to draw a straight line. And then we're going to move it over. So you just want to be careful not to skip lines. So every once in a while, move your ruler and check. And so as you work your way around, you're going to do straight lines all the way. This is going to create a curve. So like I said, a pencil is good to start with this one. I think pens are just less forgiving unless you have an erasable pen. But it can be super tricky. Oh man, I messed up because I didn't hold my ruler. That's okay. And then your furthest line on this side is going to reach your nearest. Okay, so there is our first curve. Look how cool that is. So I'm going to do the opposite one. Okay, so from our nearest, we're going to the farthest, okay? So I'm going to start down here, nearest, farthest. And then I'm going to go up one and over one. So when you print these out online, they have tiny little numbers on them. So you're just going to start moving them over. Graph paper would be cool with this one too, since the lines are already written. Okay, so we're just going to keep working our way around. So then, like I said, as you get further along and you're like, okay, I like the 1/2 inch look. It looks super cool. I want to try 1/4 inch. So this is where you're going to practice your measuring, and you can do 1/4 inch lines. And then, so there's my next one. Okay, so this is a right angle. what you can do to get super fancy later is you could actually draw another line right through, and you could do a 45-degree angle. So you can do an acute angle. So there's different ways to make this look super cool and super artsy. You could do the opposite end. So I could do lines on this side, and I can do my angles over here. So this is where the fun comes in with your art. So let me show you what I mean. So you could draw a line this way, and then you would do the same thing. You would draw your 1/2-inch lines so you would start, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I would do my nearest to my farthest, just like we've been doing. And you'll make different lines. So I know I like totally jumped ahead. I just wanted to show you this cool angle. I just think it's fun. But this is where you're like, why is it bending? It looks so cool. So like I said, I'm just making a quick 45-degree angle there. So doesn't that look cool? So if you want to look this up, it's a parabola curve. So I hope you had fun with this. I know this is a little different than what I normally do, but I think it's super fun for like the older kids. And then like I said, this is where you would use some colored pens, colored pencils, to add in some different artwork with it. Hope you enjoy. We'll see you next time.